I want to have that long-term goal so embedded in my mind that I never lose sight of it.
So many people don't use the strategic 12 months that they are given each year to grow.
Most people set goals, but they don't create a plan on how they're going to get there.
Want to be happy? Build a life, not just a business.
Living that believing life. Out here living that believing life. Every day we living that believing life. Hustle like we living that believing life. Living life, yeah, so we grinding it out. Every single day we be grinding it out. Hustle like we living that believing life, oh. That believing life, oh.
Hey, it's Carmichael, and this channel was created to help you overcome the #1 challenge that is holding you back, a lack of belief in yourself. You watch these videos because you know there's something more inside you too. You have Michael Jordan level genius at something. So today, let's live your best belief life and learn the 5 goal-setting habits that you need to develop. Enjoy. Okay, let's kick it off with habit number 1. Take action daily with Jocko Willink.
It can be pretty easy to focus on the battle that's right in front of your face. And when you're doing that, sometimes you can lose track of the long-term goal. But I want to have that long-term goal so embedded in my mind that I never lose sight of it. Ever. And those little tasks and projects and short-term goals that you tackle, they need to lead toward that strategic victory. Winning the long war. And we get very caught up in instant gratification. We want results now. We want the shortcut to the winner's podium. And sometimes, when we don't get that short-term glory that we want, we lose track of those long-term goals. And you look up in 6 weeks or in 6 months or in 6 years, and you've made no progress. None. You never moved. You might even be further from your goal than you were. Why? Why did you let that happen? It's because you lost sight of that long-term goal. And at some point, after you lose sight of that goal and years have gone by, you think to yourself, maybe I can't. Maybe I can't do it. And so you give up. You let it fade. And you settle. You settle for mediocrity. You settle for average. You settle for, oh well. But no. Don't do that. Embed that long-term goal in your mind. Burn it into your soul. Think about it and write about it and talk about it and hang it up on your wall. But most important, do something about it. Do something about it every day. Do something that moves you toward that goal, that keeps the goal alive and in sight and in focus. However small or insignificant that step might seem, take it, do it, do that little piece. Make it happen. Because that goal isn't going to achieve itself. It's all on you.
Habit number 2, Use your calendar with Brendan Burchard.
So many people don't use the strategic 12 months that they are given each year to grow, to live a better quality of life, to reach that next level of joy and achievement and fulfillment and connection. It's like, why don't they use it? You look at their calendar and it's busy work. You know, there's a lot of like, go here, grab that, take the kids here, or go to that game. But it's not used to develop themselves. Does that make sense? They use it they use a calendar to record simple tasks, but there's no big picture. They don't enter the year, as an example, looking 12 months out and saying, wow, what kind of person do I want to be at the end of this year? What do I want to have achieved, felt, accomplished, connected with, contributed? And because of that, their life actually feels like a big random bag of tasks and activities. They tend to feel a little lost or directionless, even if they are busy, because sometimes they're just not really growing. They're just doing a lot. You know, they're not really experiencing things that they purposely chose proactively. They're just reacting to the world's needs. And so they start to feel like a cog in a machine versus an independent, conscious human. And so let's figure this out. How can you use this more strategically? Every single month, set a monthly challenge for yourself. A monthly personal development challenge that's related to your virtues. So for example, you say, you know what? January, that's gonna be my month of patience. February, that will be my month of listening to other people. March, that's gonna be my month to be kinder than I've ever been kind. The next month is gonna be the time that I'm gonna journal all month. Whatever it's going to be, I want you to have this sort of rhythm in your life where every 30 days, you have a personal challenge to make yourself a better human. And I can share with you, this is my 19th year of having a personal challenge to make myself better and make myself better in my relationships or my personal life or my health. But for every 30 days, I have a goal. And that every 30 days keeps my life feeling, like it's growing, like I'm challenging myself, like I'm learning. I'm not always finish those 30 days feeling like I mastered those areas, but I got better at them, you know? And I think we all have to be on that process of mastery throughout the year. And if we can just set up little things like that every month, it's a nice utilization of the calendar. Just say, okay, it's the first of the month, here's my challenge this month. Every day you journal on that challenge, you see how you're doing. The end of the month, you say, great, here's how I did. And even if you didn't do a good job, doesn't matter. Move on to the next challenge. Then go through that. Every 12 months, different challenge every month. You can recycle them the next year if you want to, but I think that's how we really become better humans, is using that calendar. It's just a convenient way. Look, our calendars all change. You and me, we both have a new month coming up. What are you gonna do in this next month? What are you gonna strive for? How's your health gonna be next month? How are your personal relationships gonna be next month? What are you gonna contribute and create next month? What do you really wanna feel next month? How is next month gonna continue to grow your maturity, your consciousness, your joy, your fulfillment? By asking that question, you start looking for a better quality of answer. By looking for a better quality of answer and striving to get there, you feel more joyous, more fulfilled, more of what we call the charged life.
All right, my friend Evan Carmichael's book. Listen, humans are built to serve. Some people are built to serve the world, others want to serve the 25 people closest to them. But in either case, humans are built to serve. So if you're not happy right now, it's because you're not serving enough. You got to pick up this book because it's so inspiring to remind you that we're all here to contribute, to make a difference, to make an impact, and this is your field guide for that.
Habit number 3, create a plan with John Assaraf.
There's an old saying that says, a goal without a plan is just a dream. And most people set goals, but they don't create a plan on how they're going to get there. And so what I would like you to think about is this. If you were going, on a trip, let's say you got $10,000 as a windfall and you were going to go on a trip, what would you decide to do on that trip? Well, you'd probably first decide where you wanted to go. So that would be the what. You'd probably have all the reasons why you wanted to go that specific location. But wouldn't you also start to find out about what you could do there? And what you could do there are the options for creating the fun, amazing experience that you would want. And for every goal that you have to come up with strategies of how can you achieve that goal. And with the strategies, you come up with timelines. And strategies are basically, what is it that you can do to achieve that goal. So, for example, if you want to lose 10 pounds, that's the goal. What you can do is exercise 4 days a week and eat a super healthy diet. And if you set goals with what specifically you can do within a timeline, what happens from a neurological perspective is you're giving your brain a path to follow that is based on something that I call fractional goal achievement. Fractional goal achievement. And if you take any big goal or smaller goal and you break it down into smaller chunks for the day, the week, the month, what you're doing to help your brain not get overwhelmed is showing it a path that it can follow. And when you give your brain a timeline of what you want to do by a certain time, it actually will help you prioritize things in a way that will not cause it to be overwhelmed.
Habit number 4, set a specific goal with Dan Lok.
When it comes to goal setting, number one, you have to be very specific and you cannot be vague. So making money, that's a wish, that's a dream. A goal is I want to make $100,000 in income by the end of the year or in the next 12 months, right? That's a goal. It has to be very specific and very precise. So let's take money because it's the easiest. Let's say your goal is to make $100,000 in the next 12 months. What you want to do is the very first secret. What I always do is I would reverse engineer. So whatever goal that I have, I say that's my goal. I want to reverse engineer and break that down into what do I need to do? What do I need to focus on? What skills do I need to upgrade? Because usually when you have a goal, that you need to learn and upgrade your skills or upgrade your mental capacity. Because chances are, whatever that you're capable of right now, your skill, your mentality gives you this kind of result. But if you want to get to the next step, the next level, chances are you're going to have to be better, to learn more, to become more. So once I reverse engineer, I'll break that down into 12 months. So on a monthly basis, what do I need to do? So let's say I want to make $100,000, you divide it by 12 months. Then you divide it by, okay, every week, what do I need to do? So I would break it down into monthly income. I would divide it up into weekly income. Then I would break down into your daily goal.
And habit number 5, the last one before a very special bonus clip, is manifest with Lisa Nichols.
Your life is a physical manifestation of the conversation going on in your head. I'm going to start with that.
Can we just speak for like 24 hours on this? I love this.
Right. Your life is a physical manifestation of the conversation going on in your head. So if you said nothing but thought everything, your life is going to show up to make your thoughts true. So you have one job. You have one job in your life for you, to make what you think about life true so that you're not wrong. You don't want to walk around wrong. You want to be right about the life you see. So you're going to work hard to produce the life that you talk about in your mind. Whether that life is no one loves me, I'm all alone. You can be in a group of people and you will think, I'm so alone. And you will feel alone and things will show up to co-sign your loneliness just because you're looking for that. And so if you start with, I'm going to say the mind, like the mind is that thing. The mind is the core engine. It starts all things. It shuts all things down. When I start thinking something different, I'm like, hold on, stop. I want to think something. I shut down that behavior. I shut down that outcome. When I birth something, I birth it in my mind. I focus on my mind. I see myself there in my mind. Before I got on with you, I was doing guided visualizations. I'm recording them. So people, and I mean, they're juicy. And I'm saying, see yourself here. Because if you can see it, and then the key is evoke the emotion as if you were there.
Yep.
Right? And that's why people who are sad all the time are sad because they're thinking of things that make them sad. And then the emotion follows the thought. So I'm going to say everything starts with your thought, Lewis. But let me just say this. When you speak your future into the world. You speak your future. Whatever you say, whatever falls off your tongue, when you say I am, right? The unconscious mind says, and you are so. Whatever comes on the other side of that.
Now I've got a special bonus clip that I think you're going to enjoy. But before that, it's time for the question of the day. I want to know, what was your single biggest takeaway from this video? And what is your plan of action that you're going to execute this week to make some immediate momentum happen? When you just get motivated and watch a video, you have a 35% chance of following through. That's what the science says. But when you write down what time, what day, what place you're actually going to execute, when you create the plan, you have a 91% chance of following through. And I want that for you. And when you commit to people publicly, you increase your chances even more of actually doing it. So I want to know what your single biggest takeaway from this video was and your specific plan of action to actually get the result you're after. Let me know. Put it down in the comments below because I want to celebrate you. When you don't feel motivated, remember your big why and your little why. Your big why is your big mission. It's the reason why you're doing what you're doing. It's the better world that you're trying to create. It's that huge, giant problem that you're trying to tackle for the world so that it never exists again. That's your big why. But sometimes the big why is too big. Sometimes you look at that big why and say, who am I to be able to go off and do that? That's some crazy, big, scary mission that sometimes feels inspiring, but other times just feels like it's impossible. Like you're never going to be able to do it because you're just one individual. That's where the little why comes in. That's why the little why becomes super helpful for you. The little why is the individual that you helped recently. The little why is that one customer that you helped yesterday. The little why are the comments that come up on your YouTube videos or your Instagram. The little why makes you feel like I may not be able to change the world. That big vision of mine, maybe today feels like it's too overwhelming and impossible, but I know I helped one person. I know I helped that one person. I know my message, I know my product, I know my service helped that one person feel better, get a result today. And so if I can help that one person and I can get up and do it again tomorrow and do it again tomorrow, it's worth it. Big why, little why. Now, I'm a big fan of routines. I'm a big fan of not waking up like an accident. I'm a big fan of when you wake up every day, that motivation might be gone. You might have had massive fire the day before because you did something amazing, and then you wake up the next day and you're almost starting from scratch. And so I think most people wake up without a powerful routine to set them up. They don't chart their start. They wake up like an accident. And so if the big why, little why concept works for you, it makes sense, then put it into your morning routine. This is how I used to start my day every day. When I first started helping entrepreneurs, I did it through speaking, through workshops. I didn't have a YouTube channel. I don't even know if YouTube existed when I first started doing this. And so I wouldn't get a lot of feedback. Like now I'm spoiled. Now you guys leave hundreds of comments every day and it's amazing. I just have to go to my YouTube channel and see, oh, another comment. And it's awesome and I love it. And it's so easy to stay on top. But when I first started, that didn't exist. I would do a workshop and have such amazing feedback, but then I may not do another workshop for a month. And so how do you stay motivated from one workshop to the next instead of just having one spike and then falling flat for a month until the next spike? What I used to do was I made a PowerPoint file. And in that PowerPoint file, I would play a song that I really liked, and then I would show some of the feedback that would come up from my past workshops, from people who filled out the form, from people who emailed me, who thanked me. I showed those comments on my PowerPoint file as I listened to songs that I liked. And it just reminded me, it was a daily reset, the daily reminder that the work that I do matters, that I matter, that I'm bringing value, that I'm having an impact, that I'm touching lives, that I need to keep going. Because when you feel like the big why is too crazy and big, it's an issue of self-worth. You feel like you're not worthy. And so reminding yourself that the work that you do matters is really important every morning. If you wake up and feel like you don't matter, it's really impossible to go off and create something amazing. And so how do you retrain your mindset? I did it that way. Now I'm spoiled again. Now I wake up and one of the things I do daily is I look at my YouTube comments and I look at my Instagram comments and I see all the love that comes in, as well as a few comments with hate/suggestions as well, which I appreciate. But you need to find a way to feel like you are bringing value, that the work that you do matters. And so waking up and reminding yourself that you're on a big mission, that there's this big problem that you're trying to solve, your big why, there's an injustice in the world that you are gonna go off and make better. And at the same time, remembering all the people that you helped, whether it was yesterday, whether it was in the past week, the past month, the past year, that you may not be able to have the impact that you wanna have on a global scale yet, but you know that you helped one person and you helped another person. And if you can help one person, then it's worth continuing. And that today, you need to get up and go help another person and continue the mission. If you want to change your life in the next 30 days for free, check out my training right here below. Or if you want to learn how to set goals and never give up, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.